Hello again, Glenn. Thank you very much for getting back to us so quickly with the questions about the MCM setup. What I was really interested was the gear position element, and the fact when you answered the question, I could actually read the gear positions off the sensor directly from the MCM without programming. So what I was really keen to do straight after receiving the mail was dive into the garage and check out the readings for each of the gear positions. So we're going to do that now. So I've switched the MCM on and I'm looking for the gear position readings, as you suggest, in this bottom right hand corner. I'm in neutral. Sorry. As I say, it's quite small. The writing is quite small. So I'm in neutral at the minute. And I'm getting 12, 50 and 1600. I've actually gone through the cycle of all the gear positions 4 times for each gear, and it's looking reasonably good. I'm about 250 out in the Y. So when I've tested it, it seems it's the Y is obviously in this direction, the X is that way. So I need to tweak the sensor. If I just show it, it's difficult to do it with a camera hand. If I move the sensor to the back, it's quite difficult with everything connected. I can tweak it a little bit. If I bring it forwards, it goes above 1600. So basically I need to tweak the carrier on the sensor. Can I just flick this off? So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to get some mole grips and then just going to tweak this magnetic carrier away from us ever so slightly with a screwdriver. Sorry, I can't show you because I've got one hand with a camera. So I've optimized the magnetic carrier position. We're in neutral. So let's have a look at the result now. We should be 1300 in both, ideally. What have we got? What have we got? What am I back at 1500? Need to have another look at that. I did have that reading 1300, but it seems to have moved back to 1400. Right, Glenn, after a lot of trial and error, I've actually got it to 1380, 1325, 20. A couple of observations, Glenn, then, before I move on and then record all the values. Now I've got it all set up for the second time. Depending on this link length, obviously it alters the Y position. Yeah, the Y position. And I got it all set up. And quite good reading now. What was it? Sorry, let's get that. Get me focused. Yeah, roughly 1300. But if I pull this out, if I pull it out slightly, or knock it in, it alters that quite a bit. So now circa 1400. So I know we were discussing actually putting a split pin in the this position, but the clearance hole needs to be pretty much size on size for the link rod. Otherwise, you're going to have that variation affecting the Y dimension. So I'm a bit nervous. I think it's a good idea to go through there, but the whole size has got to be size on size, I think. Observation, I think, is a problem with the bushing is in some gears, can you see the rod twitch ever so slightly. It's most of the gears it's okay. I think it's just third. And when I've opened up the gear position sensor to see what the issue was, it's actually slightly binding. So let's get this off. Right, if I put it in third again. So I'm supposedly all home in third, but it's got a gap. It's actually binding on the bushing here. I'm thinking about deleting that and actually just going for a single bush in here and a short rod. The other issue I've got, I don't really, you can probably see it here, is now the the magnetic carrier has been optimized, and this is in the center of the sensor. The gap to the left is larger than the gap to the right. So if I put it into third, you can see there's no gap there. Into fourth, and there's a gap. Now, when I've designed this, the travel is 12 mil each way, 24 mil travel. So I designed this with 26. So actually, I think I've got my 2 mil is there instead of a mil either side. So what we're going to have to do, I don't think you can do that on your versions. We need to get rid of this boss on this side. The actual magnetic carrier shouldn't hit because it's actually the carrier itself is the same width. So you need to get rid of most of this, and then hopefully when it's in this position, I don't think it's bottoming out, but it could well be, stopping it going into gear fully. There should be a gap there. So I think the ideal is to, this is 26 at the moment, maybe go for 28. So we've got 2 mil gap either side, and we can guarantee then it's not holding off the gears. When I took the first readings, I put the gear stick into gear and took the reading 4 times at the same position. Now I've optimized the sensor position. I'm going to basically take 3 or 4 readings, but change the gear each time I have a reading to give the maximum variability. And I'll show you the results now. So here's the second set of results after I've set it up. So I've got 1300. I know nominal is 1350, but we're slightly under on the Y and slightly over on the X, but neutral's okay. All the rest of the gears seem to look reasonable. Oh, all right, Glenn, thanks for that. I've got some reasonable results. It's bitter cold in the garage. It's only about 4 or 5 degrees in here. My feet have been turned to blocks of ice, so I'm not going to try and program it now. I'm going to leave it for this, send you this video and the results, see what you think. Great advice. This definitely is going to work. Definitely working as predicted. Just need to just tinker with it a little bit. So anyway, this is video, I think it's 41 in our series of XK8 videos detailing how we converted our automatic Jaguar XK8 to manual. And if you're watching, please stay tuned because this all seems to work. Anyway, thanks very much, Glenn. I'm going to video this once I've programmed it later on this week, once hopefully it's got a bit warmer. But to be honest, I'm that keen, I might have a go tomorrow night, regardless of the temperature. I think I can stand at least half an hour in here without getting hypothermia. Anyway, much appreciate the support, and anybody who's watching, take a look at our channel. Loads of XK8 stuff on there. Anyway, I'm rattling on. Bye bye.